Hey guys, we're going right now to pick up the new Tesla Model S refresh 2021. It's going to be black exterior, white interior. This is over 400 miles range. Now we're going to go over this car in a bit, but before we do, if you could smash the like button, if you could subscribe to the channel, it really helps the YouTube algorithm. I really appreciate it. And we're going to also go over Tesla stock at the end of this video. All right, back to the video. So we just got the car. This is the interior. It's got the Yoke steering wheel. There are no stocks on this car. You have a windshield wiper basically right here. If you want to turn left or right, you have your turn signal on the steering wheel as well, right on the yoke, for shifting to reverse or shifting basically into drive. It says, if you can see there, it says press and hold brake. So if I press the brake, choose direction on touchscreen. So over here it has this, and you could go like this to go up. You can hit the P to hit park. And if you pulled it down, it would go into reverse. It's pretty awesome. If there's like a garage, let's say in front of you, it will automatically see that with the cameras, and then you can it will decide to go in reverse for you, but you can always override it on the screen. We do have an update. We're gonna put that updated once we get to the house though. So in the interior, you have this here that can slide open. And then you have this, which basically is two compartments, the cup holder and that, but under it is just a bunch of open space. So you have all this open space. You have extra storage here. You got the cup holders here. And then if you want it all closed, you can have it all closed. That's first just the top half closed. That's all of it closed. So that's pretty cool. Then you also have extra storage over here. Two wireless chargers, 17-inch display. Then you also have a display right above the Yoke steering wheel. So you got two displays. As far as like getting out of the car, these aren't actual buttons, it's haptic feedback. So it's just basically a touch. So you touch it, it opens. So that's how you open the door. As far as the back display is concerned, for the people in the back seats, you do have under it two USB-C ports. The display has the ability to control the airflow, so you can actually just grab it either side and blow it how you want. Control the temperature. You can go to heated seats in the back. The front seats have heated and cooling. The back is just heating. You can control music. You can click here for entertainment. So you can watch Netflix, Disney Plus, Hulu, YouTube, Twitch, and more's coming. There's going to be games as well that you can play back here. Similar to the front. All right, I gotta pull this up to go into drive, and let's start driving this thing.
In 500 feet, turn right onto Southwest 37th Court. Now turn right onto Southwest 38th Court.
Yoke steering wheel. It's interesting. All right. Going. Oh man, I'm not used to no gear shifter. I mean, no turn signals. It's all on the steering wheel now. So different. This is crazy. So it's calibrating the cameras now so we can use autopilot.
In 500 feet, bear left onto South Dixie Highway. Now bear left onto South Dixie Highway.
Now when it comes to trunk space, there's plenty of trunk space, so I'm gonna open this up. As you can see, lots of space. There's even extra space if you pull this up. It just goes down. And this can be removed, and the seats, you can press the button, the seats can go down. So you actually have a quick access here too. If you pull that, the seats just fall down. So that's pretty cool. So a lot of extra space. The entire back goes up like a hatchback. So it's, and it's all powered obviously. So you hit the button, and trunk comes down. Now, the front as well, opens for extra storage over here as well. So just to get an idea of what the storage looks like in the front, if we open this up, you can see, it's not too much storage, but enough to throw a bag in, a couple items, whatever you need when you're on a little weekend getaway. And you can keep your chargers in here as well. They give you chargers when you buy the car. And to close it, you just press on it. And simple as that. So the car does have auto presenting handles. So as I get close to it, since my phone is a key, you'll see the handles just come out. And then you just grab it and open up. And it's the same thing when you're leaving. You close the door, you start to walk away, and I'll just zoom in so you can see they basically close on their own. So if we pull a little further back, we'll wait a second. Yep, there they are, they closed. Now I did decide to go with the white interior. I am in Florida, so it's sunny, and black interior can get hot. I do have black interior on the Model Y, but I decided to go with a white interior for the Model S, black exterior. And I also liked this color wood more than the darker wood that comes with the black interiors when you choose them on Tesla. So I wanted to change it up a little bit. Now, a lot of people are concerned about charging their Teslas. I did install a Tesla wall charger recently on this house. So I do have a wall charger for the house, but I wouldn't worry about it. I drove the Model Y from New Jersey to Miami, and I had no issues charging it. So there are superchargers everywhere for those worried about charging. So I got the delivery of the 2021 Tesla Model S. Very excited about it. A couple stats just to go over real quick. The Model S long range is 405 miles of range. That's the EPA estimate from Tesla's website. As far as 0 to 60 is in 3.1 seconds, so very fast car. If you're comparing it to the Plaid, that's pretty much the one car that's faster from Tesla's lineup. The Plaid Model S is 1.99 seconds. But at 3.1, I'll be honest, I prefer the extra range because the 3.1 is so fast anyways. I don't see any reason to have to go faster than that. So being able to get 405 miles of range versus if you wanted the 1.99 seconds, not only are you paying a good like $35,000 more, but you also lose some range. It's 396 miles. Something about being over 400 just seems really nice. I would hate to have to drop under 400 when you're spending this much for the car and when you're able to get one for a cheaper price. That's 400 plus miles. So I love the Model S long range. It did take a little bit getting used to, mostly not for the Yoke. That's the funny thing. I think the Yoke was pretty easy. I got used to it after 5-10 minutes of driving. What took maybe an hour or so to really kind of get used to driving was not reaching over when I'm changing lanes to hit a stalk and go left, go right, whatever, but actually hitting it on the steering wheel. That's what took longer to get used to. But after about an hour, I found that, it was like kind of hand-eye coordination and just muscle memory where you realize like, okay, yeah, my thumb should be kind of right about here or right about here to take the left, take the right, and you just get used to it. I don't find it being a problem for most. And, the new interior compared to I've had the Model S before, I had how it used to look with the vertical screen. I think this is so much better. I've been calling it for a long time that they needed a horizontal display. I was so happy when that got announced. This order I placed over a year ago, just to get an idea how long I waited for this car. It was more than a year that I waited from the point I placed the order till delivery. And just now, I just looked it up actually. If you place an order for a Model S right now, you're not going to get delivery until October of 2022. And that's for like the basic trims, just white with the regular wheels that it comes with, no like additional. It's October of next year right now is estimated delivery. So Tesla is doing amazing. I mean, they're literally selling every car they can make. Now, if you did want to pay more and get the Plaid, you can get it sooner. It says December 2021, so you could get it next month. They're obviously prioritizing, people who want to spend that extra dollar on that. The cars are expensive now. If for those not sure of the range, the Model S starting price before any additional, if you change the color, if you change anything, prices start to go up. It starts at $95,000. That's before taxes, before changes, before FSD. FSD alone is $10,000, and I did opt in for FSD. The tri-motor Plaid starts at $130,000. So we're talking about a $35,000 difference before any ads or FSD, etc. Some final thoughts just about Tesla stock in general, I guess. This isn't really a Tesla stock video, but it is about Tesla and the car and my delivery. So I'll just give you a couple thoughts. I do still hold Tesla. That's full disclosure as a stock. I've been holding it since it was a $30 billion company. I've been in and out of the stock, trading it, holding it, but always a long-term holder, regardless in some way or form of the stock. Still holding it. I have taken a lot of profits from my Tesla position when it hit around 1,200. That's when I really kind of cashed out a lot. I still hold position, but I am waiting, hoping that it does drop. I'm not sure if it will. Maybe it continues to go to 1,500. Maybe it comes down to 800 and then goes up. I do think if you have a 10-year time horizon, if you're really thinking like long term and you're not trying to just trade it, you want to own it and hold it for the long run. I even think buying it at $1 trillion, $1.1, $1.2 trillion valuation is still going to seem cheap in the long run. It's similar to, I would consider it, it's not like, I don't think we're going to get the 10, 20x that we've had. I think it'd be more like Apple when Apple hit $1 trillion. It was a huge company, Apple, when it hit $1 trillion, but it was still good to buy it and own it if you were willing to wait, because now it's over $2.5 trillion. And there's still people who say, buy and hold Apple even at $2.5 trillion. So I think similar, we'll see Tesla kind of, I think, hold this $1 trillion mark because they have that leadership position. And there's so much like catalyst still, like the Berlin factory opening and the Austin, Texas factory opening coming online. And then those factories take about a year to ramp. So we're going to see like higher and higher deliveries from that. And Elon has expected, I've said it in past videos, to continue 50% or higher, basically, revenue growth going from now through 2030. He expects to sell over 20 million or so cars in 2030 per year. And 2020 was 500,000 cars. And we're expecting 2021 to be like somewhere between 750,000 to 1 million cars sold total. We'll see where it ends up coming out. Probably, my guess, somewhere around 900,000 or so is what I'm thinking, 950,000. If we're lucky, we'll get to that number. Now, does it really matter if they do 800,000 or they do 1 million this year? Not really. The truth is, like, they're production constrained. We already know that. They need these factories to come online. Their orders are fully booked. Like I said, a Model S long range, you can't get one until October 2022 if you place your order today. So literally a year out, basically. And it could get delayed further. You never know. These are estimate deliveries, and obviously it could go the other way. But the bottom line is they're production constrained. They're not demand constrained. They have plenty of demand. They just need to ramp these new factories, and they're doing it at a faster pace of innovation than any other car company, in my opinion. So I'm a huge fan of the stock. I don't think it's like a time where you should load the boat or anything like that. If you don't have a position in Tesla and you want to be, and you want to have some position, I'd say dollar cost average. That's something I could recommend, is just buying day by day, or that's what I like to do when I like a stock but it's trading at its high. But I think it could go higher in the long run. Then I buy a little bit and I slowly add, and I wait to really load the boat on a day where it gets really crushed for whatever reason, as long as the long-term thesis stays intact. And I think that's what we'll see with Tesla. I think, scaling factories takes longer than people expect. So there was a quote once said where in the short term, people overhype things, but in the long term, they underhype the reality of it. Now, I'm just kind of giving you the basic of that quote. The real quote was other words and something, but it meant basically that. It's going to be, I think Tesla is currently overhyped for the temporary short position, but I still think the market and even plenty of fans and investors are underhyping how big the long-term future of autonomy really will disrupt things, and disrupt much further than just you getting in a car and it driving you somewhere. We're talking about shipping products from businesses, warehouses to, if you have a warehouse in California and need to take trucks to bring things all the way to the East Coast, autonomy is going to change the game for these things. There's so many things autonomy is going to change. You're not going to want to have to fly a long-term flight a short flight. Let's say you were going from New York to Washington, D.C. That's probably not a flight that people are going to do when autonomy is a a thing, because there are going to be cars that are more luxurious, that are more like living rooms, where you can sit and work, you can lay in a bed and relax, that will ultimately, I think, drive at a faster speed, and you won't have to do the work of driving. It'll be fully autonomous. So why go to the airport, spend 2 hours at the airport before getting on a plane, that go through the whole hassle of security and all these things at the airport, when short-term travel will pretty much, in my opinion, be eradicated. Short-term air travel, I think short-term travel will be through autonomous vehicles. And I think if it does stay by flight, it will probably end up being something other than the typical airport airplane experience you experience today. Maybe something like drones that hold 2 or 4 people, large eVTOLs, so electric vertical takeoff and landing aircrafts. So, but that's for another video. But long story is that I do think, even at 1.2 trillion, Tesla is a good deal if you have a 10 plus year, 5, 10, 20-year vision of holding this stock, because the potential is really ridiculous in how many things they can get into outside of just the massive market in automobiles itself, and energy for that matter. So thank you for watching. I appreciate all of you. We are still a small channel, so all your views, all your comments, all of that really matters to me. I really appreciate it. We have less than 2,000 subscribers. I think we just hit like over 1,600 subscribers a day or two ago. So, we haven't even been a year of uploading videos. It's been just maybe a few months, 4, 5, 6 months. So I really do appreciate all your views, all your comments. I read them all. I try to answer to every single one of them. If you have any questions about the Model S, if you're wondering anything about it, happy to test anything out and report back. Again, thank you, and until next time.